Hello guys, this is Oski. Welcome back to another video. And this is the video I've been meaning to make for quite a while now, actually. Ever since people started talking about it on Twitter, which a couple weeks ago, it's about Battle Pass exclusivity for the older Battle Passes, I mean. And this is a video I wanted to get out as soon as possible, so that's why there's no face cam. I look like a mess right now, so we're just going to go with the traditional audio. But a YouTuber I love, Clark Clint Gaming, shout out to him. He made a video about this just this morning, actually. And I don't want to seem like I'm copying him, but I've had a lot of the same thoughts as him. And I've been thinking about it for a couple days. I've been meaning to make a video as well. So let's talk about it. Go check out his video as well. He's probably going to talk about most of the stuff I did. I watched it. But I also just thought I'd share my thoughts on it, see if I can't offer a little bit of a different perspective and, see what we get from there. So, first of all, we're going to talk about why I don't think they should return, okay? And you may think, oh, he's salty, he just wants to gatekeep, he wants to flex his old skins. I started playing in Chapter 1, Season 6. I do not flex my old skins on people. I just don't see any value in that, and I just think that's such petty and stupid behavior. But I know there are some people that do that. So those people are definitely in the wrong in the community. But the reasons why I think they should not return, it's not to be bitter or anything. I think it's something special to the core aspect of the game, its culture. Fortnite, this is kind of a part of its culture since Chapter 1, that the fact that Battle Passes would not return was something that they had set as a precedent, and I think they need to uphold, which goes into my next part. Epic Games made a promise to their player base back then, who supported them, that those cosmetics would not return. Now, if they want to go back on that promise, I'm going to be a little upset because I don't care if other people have my skins. It's more so the fact that they went back on their word and then it made an empty promise that they said, you know what, we can just get rid of this promise that we made because a bunch of people are asking for it and it'll make us a lot more money. That's kind of what it seems like. So to go back on their word like that just seems disingenuous, and I think you need to build trust between a consumer and a producer, and that would kind of destroy a little bit of that trust, at least for me, and I think some other people would agree. Also, this has always been a part of their business model, and so that's why I was really surprised when they said that Battle Passes weren't going to be exclusive going forward. I think Battle Pass exclusivity is actually really helpful to their game because it forces people, not forces them, it incentivizes them, because forcing people is not good, but it incentivizes them to play the game at that time, okay? Because those cosmetics are part of a Battle Pass that is only there for that season. And I think that's a wonderful thing. That causes more people to play the game. It causes a lot more hype around the game. And if Battle Passes just come back all the time, it's just not as special, in my opinion. But let's get on to our next point. I think it's a really cool thing, and there's nothing wrong with this, to have like a special reward to show thanks for those who supported you back then when your game wasn't as popular. I remember thinking that the game was stupid, and so I didn't play it until Chapter 1, Season 6, because I just thought it was dumb and that everybody liked it and everybody was dumb for liking it. And so I do think those people that, gave it a chance right away before me do deserve something a little bit more, Like, they were there. They showed up day one. They should have something to represent that. All right. Now I'm going to talk about, what's the alternative for bringing back old Battle Passes? Like, what can they do to appease people that wouldn't be that? Okay? And here is where I'm a little confused because I feel like there already is great alternatives. So I just don't understand why people are still asking for these old Battle Passes to return or complaining about it. Okay? So the first alternative Epic Games came up with was reskins. Now, reskins work phenomenally well, okay? This was their solution from the beginning. If you wanted Midas in Chapter 2, Season 2, but you didn't play until Chapter 3, okay? Well, therefore, you're it's tough luck, but here's this other option where you can, get Shadow Midas. You can now get Ascendant Midas, his Greek form, the Ice Midas. There's so many different Midas skins, and maybe you don't like them as much as the original, but you should be satisfied because at least they're giving you an option, okay? Like, that's the perfect solution, in my opinion, is just reskinning a skin that people like. You know, it offers something new, but it allows people to get that same character that they like. And I think that's a perfect solution. I don't know what the problem with that is. Now, here's a second solution that even more so appeases people, in my opinion. Remixing old skins and battle passes. This is what's happening right now in Chapter 2 Remix and Chapter 1 OG. They have skins from those seasons that people really want, and so they take them and they mash them up with other skins that people want. And I think it leads to some really great skins, and I think it's a perfect solution for these people asking for these old skins to return. Okay? Like, for example, Omega Rock from the OG Battle Pass. I really wanted Omega. I really wanted Ragnarok. They fused them together into a pretty sick skin, and I'm happy with it. I think it looks like close enough to both of them where it's kind of the happy medium. And at the end of the day, that's what we should be trying to achieve. We shouldn't just bring back all these battle passes to go back on the word for the other people just to make one portion of the community happy. Okay, that's just, it's not right because they already set that precedent. Okay. Now, here's another thing I think would be a smart move and something I would be okay with, is if they sold collab skins from battle passes in the item shop. I'm fine with this because collab skins make a little bit more sense to want as a player, just because, you know, like you watch your favorite movie, you're like, oh, I wonder if that's in Fortnite. And then you see those in a battle pass from like a year ago and you're like, oh, well, that's wonderful. So I think that's something okay because everybody likes like their characters, but Fortnite skins especially, I think like Fortnite originals should be exclusive in my opinion. I think it's just how it should work because they already explained that. Or at least I'm talking about the old ones, okay? But if they don't bring back the collab skins in the item shop, there's another solution. Just release a different version of that same character. Kind of just the same thing as reskinning, but with collab characters. Like characters from movies like Darth Vader, they always have like a couple different appearances. And maybe Darth Vader's not a good example. So that would be one of the ones I'm definitely okay with coming back. But let's take somebody else for example. I'm kind of blanking right now, but like Luke Skywalker, he has like 3 styles in the game right now, and I'm sure you could find another moment in the movie where he has a different outfit on, like they did with I remember now. They did this with Dagobah Luke. Okay, if you didn't get Luke Skywalker, who he is an item shop skin, but you get the example I'm trying to make. Well, then you can get this version of him. You know, there's multiple versions of characters from IPs that they can bring back to appease people, I think. So those are the kind of solutions I have if you're not going to bring back old battle passes, which I don't think they should. But that's just my opinion, I guess. All right, and now to address the people that are asking for them back. In the nicest way possible, it kind of sounds, and then, like, honestly, like that you guys are like entitled and just want something to come back because you can't have it. And you might be saying, oh, well, you sound entitled because you don't want it to come back because you do have it. Okay, well, there's where you're wrong, because the fault does not lie on the company or the party of people that already have the skin, because Epic Games made a promise to them that the skin would be exclusive and they never said they would come back. So there's no fault that you can place on us for wanting them to stick to their word, okay? However, they never made any promise or said anything to the people that are asking for them back that they might come back, okay? They didn't say that. So therefore, you can't flip the logic and say, well, you're just gatekeeping. And I'm going to talk about that right now. Gatekeeping is not necessarily a bad thing. When we are talking about gatekeeping, not a relationship, but the trust placed in us, or not placed in us, that we placed in Epic Games, okay? They made a promise. We're gatekeeping them so that they uphold that promise, so that they're not scamming us. Because if they release the item shop skins, I don't know how you can see that as being a little bit scummy. They know that they're going to make a ton of money from them, but they also know that they already promised that they wouldn't come back. So therefore, that's a pretty scummy thing to do just to make some money, in my opinion. Because you guys got to realize this is a business, okay? They're not your friend, for the most part. All right. Also, it's a digital cosmetic. You don't need it, okay? you're gonna be okay. And I know you guys are gonna try to flip the logic and say, well, it's a digital cosmetic, why do you care so much? It's not even about that. It's like, you're saying, why do we care so much? But you also clearly care so much, otherwise you wouldn't be asking for it back, okay? All right, and then also, like I've said before, there's nothing wrong with supporting those early people who played the game before everybody else, okay? They should have a reward for that because they showed up and supported this game. This game would not be alive if it weren't for them, okay? So don't you think they deserve some compensation for that? I do. Also, it does not matter if you could not play the game at the time or because you thought Fortnite was stupid for this first half of the chapter like I did, okay? I thought it was dumb. I didn't play. I don't deserve to have the same things as the people that did, okay? I don't think that's not fair to them, okay? You guys talk about fairness, but that really isn't fair to the people that were there supporting it from the beginning. And if you weren't even born, it's just tough luck, okay? You got to realize you can't have everything you want in life. And just because you want it doesn't mean it should return if that's the expense of a promise made to the other side, okay? That's what I'm trying to get at here. Like, the solution to this is just use one of the other 300 skins you have in your locker. It's really not going to be the end of the world, I'm just saying. Because me personally, I really wanted Ice King. What the heck did I just say? I really want Ice King. I wanted Trog from Season 7. However, I realized that I can't always get what I want, and those skins aren't going to return, and that's okay with me. Because I have plenty of other skins I can use. And I'm not going to melt down because one of the skins that I missed because I wasn't playing and supporting the game is not returning. That just doesn't seem fair. And finally, I think everybody cares about cosmetics, clearly, okay? Otherwise, this would not be a topic. I just think valuing the trust in the relationship between Epic and their player base based on a promise they've already made is the most important part of this argument, okay? Of course, those people that want them back don't care about that because they never had that promise made to them, okay? Exclusive items intrinsically have value because they're said to be exclusive. And so maybe that influenced some people to buy them way back then, okay? You can't say that that's not fair to you because you don't get a cosmetic when in fact, it wouldn't be fair to the people that had a promise made to them if those cosmetics do return, okay? That's just clearly like bias and favoring one side of the community. When in reality, like, it's not as simple as that just because you want something to return, okay? And I want, like, plenty of the old cosmetics from all the seasons that I didn't play before, Season 6. Obviously, it's not as many as some people who found the game recently, but it's not on us to feel bad that you found the game recently. And I know many people are probably going to disagree with me on this, but I just think after all the things I've listed, I feel like cosmetic exclusivity is a really important topic because it's part of Fortnite's culture. I guess not anymore, but it does kind of, give the vibes of the old days where it's like everything wasn't permanent, and that's kind of the beauty of it is that, like, you had to play back then, you had to experience the season and the battle pass because it wasn't coming back, and that incentivized a lot of people to play the game, and the game wouldn't be where it is at if it wasn't for them. So I do think they deserve a little reward for that, and I do think that they need to honor the promise they've made to players, like especially myself included. Like I wouldn't really care if I saw somebody else running around in a Peely skin that didn't play back then. Like, there's no way for me to know, but I would care because it sets a precedent that Epic Games does not need to hold any of their promises they've made, and I can't really think of another specific thing they've said kind of like this, but I'm sure somebody else could in the comments. And if they can go back on their word on this, why can't they just, take away your cosmetics even though they said they won't or something like that, And so, yeah, that's in conclusion. Listen, I'm not trying to gatekeep these things. I just think it's more so just being mature and realizing that they're gone, and that's kind of the beauty of it. And you don't need to have a certain skin in Fortnite, you know what I'm saying? Like, they released tons of reskins. Just buy one of those. And if you really don't like any of the reskins, that's just tough luck, man. I don't know what else I can say, but not every time you get everything, okay? So yeah, that's it for today, guys. Let me know if you disagree or agree. I foresee a lot of people disagreeing, but I'm going to stand on this hill because I think it's something that's important, and I think Epic Games has a responsibility to honor something they've said in the past. So play with another one of the 300 skins you own. It's not going to be that big of a deal. We're all playing the same game. We still have fun. It does not matter what cosmetic you're wearing, okay? Yeah, leave a like, subscribe. Thank you, guys, and I'll catch you next time.